supernatural, metaphysical, paranormal. You know, all those things you've been wondering about. Are you ready to go deeper into the realms of the unknown? I hope you've got your walking shoes on, because life is an adventure, and this is the journey. Come on, let's go. Hey, welcome to the show, everyone. We're the She Squatchers. I'm Jen.
I'm Jena.
And here we are. We
I'm
are
Randy.
back again tonight. So, we had been gone for like 6 months, and we did a show last night, and we come back again tonight. So we're back. We're back. So welcome to the show, everyone. I'm going to do a little quick shout out to the people in the chat room. My pointer is not working, so I'm going to have to do it. Myths, Monsters, and Mullets in the house. Hey, guys.
Jen, are you watching us? He's excited about showing me him without his mullet.
I get that's what it is.
Excited about it.
Yes. Smoky Mountain Wanderer is here. Hey, Smoky.
Hola.
Paul's here.
Paul.
And of course, we've got Darla. We love Darla. So welcome, everybody. We have Randy Bauer with us tonight from Blackduck, Minnesota. And he has the famous property that we love to go to all the time. And let's see here. I just want to introduce Randy. He's been on the show many, many times. When we talk about our daytime Bigfoot sightings that were out in the open, they happened right there behind me at Randy's place. Mm-hmm. So welcome, Randy, back to the show. Welcome.
I was going to do the dance with you too, but I was just so amazed I couldn't move hardly watching.
Oh, I believe it, Randy. You're always so nervous around us. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. We have so much fun with Randy. It's just, it's awesome.
Yes,
it is.
He's a funny guy.
He's a funny guy. There's not that many men that you can be around that are just totally awesome.
Perverted. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Randy.
Jena. I was going the other direction there.
Well, I couldn't help it. It popped out.
Did it?
She always likes to call everybody a pervert. But
it's weird, but I just want to call everybody a pervert, even if they say, hey, what's going on?
I have said a few things to you that would be in that category, haven't I?
You have. And every time I think I've called you a pervert.
Yeah. But it's all in fun, though.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's all in fun. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm a quick thinker with some really fast comebacks. We can't repeat them here, though.
No, not on the air.
No.
We get shut off by somebody.
But I'm not swearing, though. I didn't say no swear words.
Well, we're not on the network anymore, so we're just
No. In my jokes, I never said a swear word to you.
There you go.
Yeah. Did I?
Are you sure, Randy?
No, I'm not.
Don't be sure.
So, Randy, if you turn your phone sideways, you probably show up better in the window.
Oh, let me see here.
Let's see if that happens. There you go.
Now I got to look up I'll try to look down.
So much better. Awesome sauce. All right. So we had Mike on the show last night sharing his firsthand experiences out at your property in the last few months. Mm-hmm. And you could tell he was really moved by all of that. So I was really happy for him that he actually was exciting. So, yeah. So what is it like being out there all the time, Randy? Tell us more.
Mm-hmm. Where do you want me to start? From the beginning, in the middle, or what's happened lately?
Well, probably whatever we have time for in the hour. So if that's a lot in this summer, then let's start with this summer.
Okay. Well, just to let everybody know that doesn't know it, last year I went through 300 jars of peanut butter and 30 bags of apples of gifting them. And they gift me back Y sticks. And they have told me a lot of things. They give me deer skulls. So far, they've given me 44. And yeah, you can find deer skulls in the woods, but this is not where they're giving them to me on my steps in my house or in one of my deer stands. And that's, people know about that. I've said it before. I'm just doing a quick recap here. This year, the same thing with the peanut butter, but I don't count anymore. Too much to count. And do bears get the peanut butter? Of course they do. When a bear gets the peanut butter jar, it's all bit up, tore in half and everything. There's still residue left in the peanut butter jars laying down on the ground. When the Sasquatch gets it, the lid is taken off. I always go back there, take the lid off, take the paper off, put the lid back on. There's 4 nails in a tree about 4 feet up. I don't put it up high. There's no reason to. And I put the peanut butter jar and the 2 nails kind of balance it. Sometimes I do 2, sometimes 1. They take the lid off, and whatever color the lid is, red, blue, green, they put them down by the tree in color order. They made a triangle with sticks. I didn't do that. And all the lids are laying there. There's lots of them and lots of them. And the jar's gone. Sometimes they bring the jar back and they'll put it upside down in a branch of a tree. It looks like it went through a dishwasher. It's perfect. They don't do that to all the jars. There's 10 of them back there now like that. I don't go to anybody's places at all. It's all happening at my place here. I'm not a researcher. I'm an interactor. It started out as, when it started out 12 years ago, I think now, being a researcher, I did everything everybody else did. I did the cameras and the hitting the trees and all that stuff because I didn't know no better. But it's developed. Took me 12 years now to get where I'm at with them, and they trust me. And I want to get into all that about the cameras and all that because I heard a comment last night about cameras and evidence and all that. So in a little bit, I'll talk about that.
Okay.
Mike did say some things about what happened, but I'm going to kind of recap the stuff that he missed. Okay. He talked about Russ and his team leader. They didn't camp out. They went down by the creek. There's 2 rivers here. There's a river, the Cormant River, and the little one where Mike seen it in the water is called Spring Creek. They come together in a Y. Well, Russ and his friend slept on cots by Spring Creek, and they had acorns thrown at them all night long, and they heard voices, but they couldn't understand the words. And then Chris had the acorns thrown at him. I'll get into that a little bit, but I want to talk about acorn thing. And one of them, he said, was like wrapped in leaves. Not all of them, one of them. And he turned his head and it grazed his cheek, and he seen it. So when everybody was going, next day when Russ, they only stayed overnight, and they left, they had to go home. I went down there wasn't one acorn to be found. Not a one. I got on my hands and knees all over. It wasn't like a bunch of squirrels grabbed them all. There wasn't any acorns to be found. They weren't under an acorn tree. Same thing with Chris. There was no acorns to be found. He was by some pine trees, not oak trees. So I don't give theories or opinions because that's just guessing. What you hear me talk about is what I know, is what the Sasquatch have told me. But about the acorn thing, I don't know about that. I can't explain it. Why was there no acorns? Maybe there never was acorns being thrown at them. Maybe that was what they thought, and there was nothing being thrown at them. They can do a lot in your mind and make you think things that's not happening. And that's not an opinion there. That's what they can do. So I don't know about that. And the Sasquatch, we figured was about 11 foot tall because I stood where Chris had seen it, raised my arm up, and it was still taller than me. I'm 5'6", raised my arm up, and it was still quite a couple feet taller than that. So it was between 10 and 11 feet tall. And I'll tell you about Chris's ordeal. He gets in the tree there, and I told him, just like I told you, Jena, that one time, get in that tree, get in there about 6 o'clock, and sit in there and don't make a sound. Don't mess with your phone. Don't do nothing. Don't move. Because it'll be neat. Maybe you'll see a bear come through there, or a deer, or raccoons or something. That's kind of neat to see some animals. And me and Tanner back at I call it my fire ring back there, sitting there. And about 9:30, I see Chris coming, and he gets to it. He can't breathe. And I say, Chris, what's going on? And he won't stop. He's going like this here. I said, Chris, you got to take some deep breaths. You're gonna have a heart attack. You keep that up. He got the hell scared out of him. He does that ghost hunting thing around the country and around a lot in Washington State with him and a team they got. He said the ghost hunting has nothing compared to seeing a Sasquatch. It's not even close, he said. So that really shook him up. Now, I understand being scared, but the first time you see one, it's like you can't believe it. You finally say, oh my God, those things are real. So, but here's the one thing that he went to that night, it rained the night before, and he didn't zip up my tent flaps, and my sleeping bag got soaking wet. My tent got soaking wet. So that night, he's going to sleep in the little trailer. And for 2 years, as you know, I haven't been letting nobody sleep in there. They've been hitting the trailer 2 years ago. They hit the trailer. And one night, the girls are in there, Samantha, that's Terry's daughter, and the grandkids are sleeping in there. And about 2 in the morning, they call, they're frantic. And they told me something's shaking the trailer back and forth, and they're knocking on it. And they were scared. I go up there, and I knew I wasn't going to see nothing. But when you have a camper and you take it out the back of a pickup hitch, you put it on a heavy block, then you crank it down so it's level. Well, I went out there, no nothing. I said, well, you girls, you might as well come in the house, but they decided to stay out there anyways. The next morning I go out there, they shook the camper so hard, they took the jack right off the cement block and it was down into the gravel. And there's dents all over the back of it. So I said, okay, you guys, keep coming to the house, have fun, keep hitting the house, move things around, have fun. I like it, it's have fun. But quit hitting the camper. You're putting dents in it and you're scaring the girls. Because they hit the camper the week before that and smashed it in by the door. Wham! It's about that big around of a dent. So they quit hitting the camper. For 2 years, they have not touched that camper because they listen to me. As crazy as it sounds, it's true. So Chris is going to sleep in the camper that night because the tent's wet. So when I go do my gifting, I don't usually take nobody with me. I go do it when I'm back there. I say, hey, you guys, and I always say you guys, whether they're male or female. I say, hey, you guys, Chris is going to sleep in that camper. I'm giving you permission to hit it and mess with Chris again. Hit the camper. Have some fun. I said that. He goes to the camper at midnight. I get him to the bunk he's going to sleep in. Let me see here. He sleeps in the bunk, I think, Jena, he sleeps in the one that's facing to the north by the garage. The window's looking at the garage. So the next morning.
What's my bunk?
Oh, that's your bunk. Yeah, that's
bunk.
it. That's yours. That's yours.
Yeah.
The next morning, I get up there about 7:00. I go. He's kind of up. Guess what? They hit the camper again. They broke the window. The window by you sleep by the 3 cracks, one corner and one corner, because they were going knocking it with their fingers.
Oh, wow.
And that night, he had a big bag of Reese's Pieces. He opened a little bit of it up, took a little bit of a handful, ate them. He folded the bag up and put the bag in a Ziploc bag and zipped it up. He didn't want, if there's mice in there, there probably has eaten on those Reese's Pieces. So when I go get him, he goes to his Reese's Pieces. Guess what? They're all gone. But the empty bag is back in the Ziploc bag. The bag wasn't chewed on. The Ziploc bag wasn't chewed on. They opened it up, ate the pieces, and put the empty bag back in and zipped it up. Now, just like something they can do. It doesn't mean that they opened the door and walked in there physically. They can do other things that we don't know about or can understand. So that happened. That's a good one. I just laughed about it because I asked them to come to the house all the time. I am not scared of them. No reason to be scared of them. They're not some big old ferocious giant ape hiding behind a tree and you don't see them. They're way more than that. Yes, I'll be the first one to say they are flesh and blood. Of course they are. They leave tracks and hair. But they're more than that. They're interdimensional, metaphysical, because they have told me that. Then Chris leaves on Wednesday morning. I got to take him. But we walk down the power line before I bring him to the airport in Bemidji. And we look at the power transformer, how the marbles are, because they weren't moved that night. And I wanted to go see where he's seen the Sasquatch at and see if I see any acorns. Well, when we left, I didn't realize that he took a picture of the marbles. Well, I didn't care he did that. He just did it. So we go to the green deer stand, which is about maybe 40 yards away from my gifting area on the north side. And on the south side of that patch of woods, there's another stand where you sat, Jena. Remember? You sat in that stand? And I sat in the green one
I do. I remember.
Okay. So, and then I said, where did you see the Sasquatch at? And I went over there and we just kind of measured with our hands and eyeballed it. But here's the thing. That was not the Sasquatch that was throwing supposedly acorns at him. There was more than that. When he was sitting in that deer stand, he was looking east. The acorns were coming from the west, from behind him. The Sasquatch was to the south of him. There was one behind him throwing the acorns, and then one he's seen to the south was standing there watching the ordeal. So, like, I don't give opinion, but I'm sure it was the juveniles doing it. They were throwing the acorns, and the big one was standing to the south, because as the acorns were throwing, it's when he seen that one. So it couldn't be throwing acorns to the south, or I mean to the west, and the big one standing to the south, because it was the same time. So there was more than one there doing that. But anyways, we figured out how tall it was. I didn't see no acorns. I looked around. We go back out, and the marbles on the power transformer were moved in that 20-minute time frame. They were different than what his picture was. And we don't have nobody following me around and I'm going to move stuff and see what Randy does about it and what he thinks. That is not happening. And you girls know, you've seen the area, that's not happening.
That would take a lot to do that.
Oh, it would take a lot. And I don't even talk to the neighbors about what's going on. And there's no neighbors knowing that me and Chris are going to go out there and look at the power transformer. We don't have that. We don't have kids around. So anyways, I bring him to the airport, say our goodbyes, he goes. So that evening, I asked Tanner, hey, let's go sit in those deer stands there. You sit in the one that Jena was going to sit in, and I'll sit in the green one, and we'll be acting like we're deer hunting. Well, he didn't want to do it because he's seen Sasquatch back here before and heard lots of weird stuff, and the horse whinnying right by him when there's no horse right there 9 times, right by him in the deer stand last year where we're hunting. The horse smell, there's no horses there. But I talked him into it. So he goes in that stand, then I go to my gifting area, and here's what I said. I said, hey, you guys, you know Tanner, but I want you to go over there and scare the hell out of him. I mean, really scare him. It's exactly what I said. But if you want to come to me and teach me some more, I'd like it. I go to the green deer stand. I sat in until by 9:30, nothing happens. And I get bored with sitting in there because I've never seen him at nighttime. It's always daytime for me. So I get out, go out to the power transformer, go back in the woods. And I'm not going to go to the deer stand again. I might just shine a light at him, the red flashlights, the red beam lights. He sees me, he gets down, he gets over to me, and he's frantic. I mean, he's really scared. If I could have seen his face in the daytime, I'm sure it was pure white. I said, well, don't tell me right now. Let's get out of the woods, get down to the power line and tell me. I said, okay, what happened? He said, first he heard footsteps walking up to him. Now, you don't hear bear walking in the woods unless they step on a dead stick or so. And I know that for sure because I've hunted bear lots of times, and I'll be sitting in the stand, the bear bait 50 yards away or so. I'll go like this, look away, look back, and there's a bear right there. I never heard it come in one time because they got the big pads on their feet, and that's how quiet they can be. Yeah, they can make a noise if they, like I said, step on a dead stick. Of course, that'll break it. You'll hear a snap, but you're not going to hear him walking. That's what he heard. And that didn't bother him real bad, but then he heard coughing and clearing his throat like a human would do. That bothered him somewhat, but here's what really scared him. Help! 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 3 times in a female high voice that asked for help. That scared the heck out of him. He couldn't even move. So that happened around 9 o'clock. So he was really glad I come got him. I never heard a thing. I didn't hear a thing. So I'm sure they put that sound in his head. I don't think it was a physical, verbal help because I'm not that far away and I didn't hear it, But I don't mean nothing. Maybe they did say it, but.
How loud did he hear it? Was it really loud when he heard it, or was it kind of soft?
It was kind of medium, like a female was crying for help, asking for help. It wasn't like, help. It was like, help. I don't know if you can portray that across the phone right now, but.
Right.
Randy, are there any animals that may sound like that when they're squawking or?
There's no animal that can say help in an English version. 0.
All right, just making sure
There's no wondering about it. No.
Okay.
He heard it definitely.
Okay. Perfect.
Just like it said my name before. It's called my name before. Randy. Like, Randy. And there's no animal that can come up and say Randy.
When it called your name, Randy, did it sound like a female voice?
Yes. Okay, here's how that scenario went. I'll tell you. A long, long time ago, probably maybe 10 years ago or so, the head guy from the SRA said, Randy, you got to stop carrying a rifle. They know what a rifle is. You got to stop it. And you got to talk to him. I said, talk to him. Talk in the woods by myself? I'm going to feel dumb doing that. He said, yeah. He said, it'd be like me walking in your house unannounced. You're going to wonder, who's coming in my house? And you got to wear a GoPro camera backwards. I said, I don't have it. He said, take your phone every once in a while, go like that, take pictures, snap, snap. They'll look at you when you pass them. So I felt dumb, but I did it one day way back in the swamp area where I haven't taken you yet across the river.
Wait,
I'm
you took
saying,
me. That's like
we
a
never
2 or
crossed the beaver dam.
didn't we? We went on there all those fences and through the
No,
big
no,
brush.
no. That's the
Oh.
state land. You cross the beaver dam, you go to a lot more deeper land in the cedar swamp. I've never taken you there.
Ooh, how many
Maybe
miles?
this summer we will.
How many miles in?
Probably 52 miles in one way.
Oh, you
Going in the
stop,
bush.
you brat. Well, the other one was
A
like
couple
what?
miles, a little bit farther, a little bit
Oh,
farther.
I thought the other one was like 3 or 4 miles.
Yeah, it
2 to
is,
4.
but it's the same distance, but you got to cross the river to get the other side.
Okay, is there as much brush? Because we were walking through brush up past my chest.
It's the same woods, but even thicker because it's a cedar swamp back in there.
Whoo, okay, I'm up for the challenge.
It's
Just
kind
needed
of
to
neat
know.
when you see some of those big cedars that are tipped over and their root bases 3 times as big as it. It's kind of
Oh,
neat to see that.
yeah.
But anyways, so I did it that day and I felt dumb talking out in the woods by myself. But here's what I said. Hey, this is Randy. I'm just looking at your stuff, trying to learn about you. I'm harmless. And every once in a while, I'll take my phone. Quick, quick. I do that. So I finally get home. There's nobody home. I'm looking at my phone. Oh my God, I got 3 Sasquatches here. Oh, I'm so excited about it. All of a sudden, wham, a knock. I said, oh my God, there's somebody at our house. Now, who could be there? It startled me. It was louder than heck. I get up, get into the kitchen, and a female voice goes, Randy, what? There is somebody there. I go to the door, there's nobody there. So I start looking around, and there's a white, oily handprint on the side of the house where they hit it. And that's where they hit the house all the time now. I invite them to hit the house now that I know what's going on. And then I was told, you don't want to gift them. Oh no, you don't want to feed them. That'll be bad. Well, I run my own program. I want
Right.
I want the experience. If it's going to be bad, then I want it to be bad because I want to learn. Bring it on. So I did. At that time, my uncle owned the 80 acres before the state land, and there was no fence there, so I could drive the 4-wheeler way back there. Now, when I say roads, I don't mean roads. I mean when they logged back in the early 1800s, just little trails, and they're kind of growing in, but you can drive a 4-wheeler through them. And the land is landlocked by older farmers. You can't even get back there. And I got permission now from the farmer that bought my uncle's 80 acres to still go cross back there. But I don't got permission to take a bunch of people back there, just me. But I'll take some people back there, and we'll go around and get back in there. So what I did is I took a ladder with me, aluminum ladder, like a 2-section ladder. It took the 1 section. And I brought 6 apples, cut them in half. And I brought the ladder back there with my 4-wheeler. And the reason I brought a ladder back there, because I wanted to put the apples in popple trees, because I know if a bear would climb up there, raccoons, porcupines, I'd see scratches in the soft bark.
Mhm.
And then I reached out as far as I could and stuck the half in a limb of a branch. And I did it at I had 12 halves, around that same area there. And every day I went back there with the 4-wheeler, they were gone. Every day, too high for deer to reach, and nothing climbed up there. They were probably just reached off and took. So after about a week and a half of doing that, there's an old deer stand about 12 feet up. I thought, I'm going to sit there and see if I can see what's taking those apples. I still don't know what Sasquatch is. I don't know nothing about them really. I haven't seen one yet. I've just seen all the structures and all that stuff that they do. And at about 20 minutes sitting there, it's not dark. I see my first Sasquatch. The trail is just wide enough for an old 4-wheeler. It come across from one section of woods to the other section. I seen the damn thing. It was the black one. This is in the daytime. And I thought, oh my God, it's real. It wasn't like a class A sighting, a little bit underneath that if you want to judge it. But I seen it. And I thought, oh my God, what am I going to do? And I'm scared sitting there, I don't want to stay in this stand, but I don't want to get out either. I'm kind of stuck here. Finally get enough nerve up and I crawled down and get in that 4-wheeler and I couldn't start it fast enough to get out of there. And that was my first sighting. And that's how this all started. But how it really all started, you want me to, I should tell that there and then I'll get into now. I never believed in Sasquatch. I wasn't a believer. I wasn't a non-believer. I wasn't anything about it. Just like the Loch Ness Monster I don't even think about it. So after deer hunting, even this year now, after the hunting is over, the next day I'm going to go back in the woods and I'm going to see if I can see where the deer go during the hunting pressure. I can just find out where they hang out at. So I do that like 12 years ago, and I get past my stand, not real far, and I'll call it a blood massacre. I could see in the snow where 3 deer had bedded down overnight, because this wasn't their day of my last day of deer hunting. A bed, and a bed, all close together. Something killed 3 deer in their bed overnight and left nothing but hair and some blood on some popple trees. There wasn't a hide, a leg, a spine, a ribs, a neck bone, nothing. Just hair, like it had been plucked out. Wolves do not do that overnight. There will be a mess.
Would there be
Um,
a possibility of maybe another animal or Bigfoot
No,
taking it away?
no,
So there's that
no,
much blood?
no, because there would be drag marks. There would be tracks. There was no tracks.
Oh, I see. I see. No tracks at all.
No tracks, but it didn't dawn on me like that. It didn't dawn on me.
Mhm.
I'm not thinking it's Sasquatch, I take a picture, but I think, oh my God. Because I'm not, this is the very beginning of this. Oh my God, a pack of wolves back here. I don't got no gun or nothing. I got to get out of here. I took a picture of it. I never seen nothing like it. I get home, I want to show Terry the picture. The picture's gone. I know now what happened, but then I thought, oh my God, I got this new iPhone. I didn't, probably an iPhone 2 at the time, whatever it was 12 years ago. I guess I didn't know how to save it. So about a month later, we go on the road. I play in a band full time. And that year, there was more snow. It was past your knees in the woods. That's how deep the snow was. And we get home, and it's going to be 40 below that night. I don't mean wind chill. I mean 40 below on the thermometer. So I took the snowmobile, and I knew I could ride around the old trails there, because I still like walking the woods. Nothing about no Sasquatch stuff. And I know my trail would be frozen, so the next morning I could walk on my frozen trail. So I do all that. I start coming home. Oh my God, what are these tracks? They're 17 inches long. I'm looking at them. What the heck? And I kind of laughed to myself. Is this Bigfoot? They were 7 feet apart each step, and they were in line. They weren't staggered. Now, if a deer's going to jump in that deep of snow, every time it jumps, its belly is going to mess up the snow in between each jump. You'll see that. The snow was perfect. I followed them. They got to the Cormorant River, and they stepped right across the darn thing. I followed them for a while. I couldn't follow them no more because every step was past my knees in the deep snow, and I didn't have no snowshoes. So I go home, tell Terry about it, and I talk her into getting on the snowmobile and looking at them too. Bring a tape measure, and we measure them. I got sticks in each of the tracks, but they're on my old computer. I get home, I look up Bigfoot or Sasquatch in Minnesota, and I come across the SRA. And they have a thing you can fill out. So I filled it out and send pictures. I sent pictures of the tracks. God, it wasn't even an hour. And the head guy, Jim, called me, says, Randy, you got a Squatch. And that's how this all started at the very, very beginning. And he told me what to look for and all that stuff. And I have so many structures here. They're not wind blowing, they're the real deal. And I've been hunting since I've been 12 years old, and I'm 66 now. Not once in my life have I ever seen sticks fly through the air and land in an X, an A, or a teepee. Never. Yeah, sticks blow down and they land here and there, but not what I have. It's way different. Now, this last year, I seen them build a structure right in front of my eyes. I was back there and said, hey, you guys, can you tell me what's going on with some of these structures? And they told me what the X's mean. I said, I've never seen one being built before, ever. And I'm going to where I do my dice, and this all of a sudden I hear a big crack. It stops me. I look, oh my God, there's a new tree being pushed over. There's no storm or no wind. And then I see a stick come up from the ground, a dead one, about 15 feet long, come up by itself. There's no wind. Then I see another stick come down like this here. Then I see another stick go like this. So it makes an X, an A, and one upside down like this. I watch it happen in front of my eyes. No body being seen doing it right in front of me. Nothing being seen. I was right there, less than 5 feet away in the open.
Randy, did this happen like in a matter of moments, like
Yep.
2 or 3
Yep.
minutes?
Oh, in a matter of maybe a minute and a half at the most. It happened in front of me.
Wow. So it was like boom, boom, boom,
Yep,
boom.
yep.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Was it windy that day? I'm just asking questions that maybe people are thinking.
Zero wind. They built the structure in front of me, and they showed me how it's done without their body being seen.
Wow.
Because you
That
got to
is
remember, they're
right.
interdimensional. They don't have to be seen to do what they do. They do not. And this is not a theory or opinion. It's not an opinion or a theory. It's what they told me. It's what I know.
Wow. I'm I'm shocked. I'm kind of excited, but I'm kind of sad I didn't hear that before. You didn't tell us.
Oh, I didn't?
No, I don't think so.
I
Did he
thought
tell
I
you,
did.
Jen?
Yeah, and now when I find structures or teepees or new stuff like that, you should see some new X's they did right behind the house. It's amazing. And they've been there all summer and have not blown down. And they're and unless if they blew down, they put them back again. I don't take
Right.
pictures of any of their stuff anymore because that's like trying to get evidence, and I don't need that no more because I know they're there. And well, I'm going to tell you what I know here in a little bit. But I seen that being made. One time I said, "Hey, can you guys block my trail? Like where I got to go to that green, block it so I either got to go around it or go underneath it." And I go back the next day and they block my trail. I either got to crawl underneath it or go around it. There's no storm. That's not a coincidence. They did that. I asked them to do it. When that happened, I seen one of their freshly broke sticks and there was a white hair on it, 15 inches long, like that. And I look at it and I did take a picture of it and I sent it to Doug Hychek. And he said, "Well, we know what that is, Randy." I said, "Yeah, Sasquatch hair." He said, "Did you get it?" I said, "No." So then I decided, well, the next day, maybe I will go get it. And it's gone. But they can read your mind too. They broke my eraser board up. They stepped on it and broke it all up. I'm assuming they got mad at me. I guess that's opinion, but there's no other reason for that. So I let it go like that, all broken up for a few days. And then I got tired of looking at it broken up. The frame was all broke. It's broken half and bent and all that. Well, it takes hands to bend it. They picked up and bent it. There's never no food on these trinkets I do back in woods. So I decided to straighten it out and put the broken frame around it and all that. When I did that, I found another long white hair, long like that. And I picked it up and said, "Hey, you guys, I got your hair. I'm not taking it this time or try to take it." I went to where the nails are, where the peanut butter is at, and I wrapped it around nicely and I tied it in a nice little knot and it hung down about like that. I said, "Come get your hair before somebody wants it for evidence." I go back the next day to do my gifting and the hair is gone.
Okay, tell us about the hair. What was it? Was it thick and coarse? Was
Nope,
it
it
soft
was
and
thin and
fine?
wispy, thin and wispy.
Huh. That
And it
is
was long.
incredible.
Yep. Rabbits, deer, bear do not have long white 15-inch hair.
Yeah.
Sasquatch does. Because there's been a white one at my place seen too. So it's probably that one.
And there's no like long-haired maned horses or anything white.
No.
Okay. I'm just asking.
No, you can ask and I'll give you the
Okay.
answer.
I
But
know
as
you do. You always will.
I'm kind of no, how can I say it? I'm right to the point and stuff like this. There's no gray area. If I
Right.
don't know it, I'll say I don't know it. But when I know it, I'll be right to the point. So you always know where I stand.
Yes,
There's
you
no,
are good
yeah.
at that.
Well, I like people that way because then you just know there's no BS going on. Yeah, I do joke around, but not about this. I don't.
Right.
Yeah, yep. And I appreciate you can ask all that. It doesn't bother me any. I'll let you know.
Yeah, and then after the show, he's going to be like, "You jerk! Why did you ask me about a horse?"
No, my daughter does have horses.
Oh, does she?
does.
Any with
Yeah,
any white?
they're no.
Okay, just checking.
But that's why we've heard the horse went in by last year. We heard it 9 times by us in the deer stands. There's no horse by us. I mean, it was like 10 feet away from Tanner. It was right there. There was no horse there. And then they'll give us a horse smell sometimes. All of a sudden we'll get overwhelmed with horse smell. There's no horse there. But they don't smell like a horse, and Sasquatch does not smell bad. They do not. They put that smell in your mind. And they give a bad smell because they don't want those people there. They never give me that bad smell. I've never had it one time. One time Doug Hychek was at my place with Adam Colt. And Tanner was back there, and I was showing him my gifting area. And Doug says, and they were sensing something. And Doug says, "Randy, sing." I said, "Sing?" I said, "Yeah, you play in a band, sing." So, okay, I sang. And when I was singing, "What do you say when it's over?" I sing some Clint Black song. I stopped singing because I felt dumb, And they all got overwhelmed with that bad smell.
They really
Oh,
didn't
but
like your
except me.
voice, Randy.
I did not get no smell at all. I started
Oh.
singing, the smell went away. I stopped singing, they got it again. I started singing, it went away.
Oh.
The only smell they give me is a skunky smell. The first time I got it last year, I'm doing my gifting with the apples and all that. I start walking where the dice is. All of a sudden, I get stopped. Oh my God, it's strong skunk. And I'm looking around. Geez, I don't want to get sprayed. Quit yawning.
Oh, I'm so sorry you caught me. I'm just,
Yeah,
I'm really
kidding with you.
tired.
Oh,
I
anyways,
adore
I'm
your stories.
looking around for that skunk smell. Oh God, there's no skunk. So I start walking to where I do my dice thing. I said, I'm going to stop and go back there. I go back, and there's no skunk smell there. I get to my dice and the skunk smell's there. It followed me around the woods. Now when they do it, all I say is, hey, I know you guys are here. Come on in. They'll follow me around the woods and let me know they're there with the skunky smell. So that's the smell they give me. And the horse smell. And they give Tanner a horse smell. When he's seen his first Sasquatch this year, we both got overwhelmed with the horse smell. We're sitting underneath the green deer stand because it's raining. Alicia's there. And we're talking and all that kind of stuff. And I'm showing them songs our band's got to learn. And we get to that song by Bobby Bear, Marie Laveau. Down in Louisiana, where the black trees grow, there's a voodoo witch. She goes, ah, screams.
Yeah.
Tanner is sensing something's watching him right behind him by the fire ring. Well, before that, I keep seeing a light by the creek there that way. I look in there, I don't see nothing. I see a light again. I look, I don't see nothing. All of a sudden, we both get that horse smell. But I told those guys, listen here, I can do that same scream. So I do it. And Tanner hears a noise, looks around. There's a Sasquatch standing right there, maybe 15 feet from him. So he sees it. And then it's gone. I didn't see it because he was so overwhelmed. He didn't say nothing right away. I'm still looking at my phone for some more songs. So that was his first sighting. But I didn't see it. Alicia didn't see it because we were looking at each other. And he had his back to the fire ring. And he turned around like that there. And he seen it standing there. And then it was just gone.
Randy, have you
Yeah.
ever thought about getting a couple people out there and just sitting around the fire ring and playing guitar and singing, just like a sing along out there? See what kind of action you get.
See,
Animals.
to me, that's like trying to entice them to get evidence again.
Well,
I don't,
no,
you know what I'm saying though?
but you're singing. I mean, it's a good time when you're there. It just, you never know what it's going to bring in. I mean, music is amazing.
I
And
mean, yeah, I mean, no, that's a good idea. Yeah. Everybody says I should bring my saxophone out there, even by myself, and go by my area there and play it. I've never done it. I
do
should.
it,
Yeah.
do it.
A private concert.
Yes. And then,
Yeah,
then
next
you'll
time you
hear
come up-
Randy.
Why don't you hurry up and learn how to play guitar and I'll play. Can you play guitar a little bit?
Oh, okay. So I have a guitar. I have to get a different one. The one that I have is more for the so I've got to get a nice acoustic. I'm
Yeah.
waiting on it. Something easier, maybe like a C, whatchamacallit, C neck,
Staple?
a C neck. So because I've got shorter hands or shorter fingers, so a C neck is probably gonna be able to. I'll be able to hold it a little bit better. But
I've
I
never
do
even
know.
heard of a
Even when
C-neck
your
before.
arm is healed up. She's got a broken arm right there. Do you see that?
You do?
I do. Right
Oh, I didn't
before
know
they
that.
came. Yeah, before Jen and those guys came, like 2 weeks prior, I'd broken my wrist straight across. I fought with a bird feeder and I lost. I was trying to get into the ground and I got beat up. But anyway, so 2 days before they're about to get here, I break my little toe. Now, mind you,
What
I
the-
never get hurt. I never get hurt. And then all of a sudden, two and one. But you know what? We body surfed, we hiked, and I realized that even with a broken toe, you squeeze it in there, it hurts so bad, but it eventually goes numb and you can walk on it. And I mean, more than walk, hike on it. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we did.
But anyway, yeah. So going back to, a C neck is, you know how a D neck is like more like this? A C neck is more like this. It's more curved.
No, I never heard of a D neck or a C neck.
Oh, well,
Well,
maybe I'm talking to someone who's not sure what he's talking about, but I'm pretty sure he does. But you know a lot about music, so.
Yeah, but I don't play guitar though.
Oh, see, I want to learn, so we'll talk more about that too.
Yeah.
Hey, Trevor.
Okay. Right now I'm not going out and doing my thing because I'm deer hunting. I haven't been out there for a week now to even check on anything. I never do that during the deer hunting. I don't go out there and bother Tanner's hunting and all that.
That's smart.
So I will resume all that when the hunting's done. So it's a couple more weeks yet.
How many weeks?
2 more weeks of hunting here yet. From this coming
Okay.
Saturday, 2 more weeks.
Bow hunting is
Oh no, let me see. 1 more week after this coming Saturday.
okay.
We got this Saturday and next Saturday. A week from this coming Sunday, it's done, whatever that date is.
Nice. Well, good luck if you're still going to be looking out there and hunting.
Oh, I will be.
That answered
But
that.
I like watching deer too. I've seen a lot of deer. 7 today.
Oh, you did. We were just
Yeah.
talking about deer last night and how we really didn't see a lot when we were out
okay.
there.
Let me explain. That's what I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Now, when I take you guys out to the woods, there's raccoons and squirrels and coyotes and porcupines and deer. There's bear out there. That. There's a lot of all that, especially
Yes.
here. Lots. But we probably not going to see nothing
Right.
at all because they hear us coming and they just get out of our way. We probably even walk by some. Let's watch us. They just get out of our way. You'd have to be sneaking in there like a young buck Indian in moccasins there if you really wanted to see lots of animals. Take a couple steps and stop. That'd be the only way,
Yeah.
That's why. There's a lot of deer here, lots. I can
Yeah.
shoot a deer easily, but I'm letting them go because
Yeah. And when we're going out there, we're by no means being
right,
quiet.
we're not being quiet. I mean, you got to
No.
be really quiet.
Yeah.
You wanna
And you've
sneak
got
up on
your
animals, really
you've-
quiet.
You've got your 4x4, right? That you drive back, 4-wheeler?
No, I don't drive back to the state land and I walk.
Oh, okay.
I leave it. I get up at 2 in the morning. I'll get up tomorrow morning at 2 in the morning. I don't like to just get up and get dressed and go. And I will leave about 4:15 from here. I drive the 4-wheeler to the big deer stand by the fire ring and I park there. No sense of me walking from here to there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I cross the creek, the river, cross the fences and go back there. And
How
I've been
often?
Huh?
How often? Don't you do this like every day?
Every day I'm doing it. And I get in my stand at 5 in the morning and I sit there. I don't get out to go to the bathroom. I don't get out. I sit there till I sat there today from 5 in the morning until 5 at night. And I don't
Wow.
move. And that's how I see a lot of deer. I got to move a little bit, but I don't make a sound.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you got to do it. And when I do move a little bit, I got to make sure that there's not a deer standing there watching me that I didn't see. Because so far the deer I've seen, I haven't heard them. There. All of a sudden, God, there's a deer there.
I love
That's
that.
how that is. Yeah, did I get cold today? Yeah, I do. About 6:30, I asked what am I doing this for? I'm freezing.
What
But
was
I
the
tough it
temperature?
out.
Cold. It's windy and cold.
Yeah, but I put a t-shirt on, long underwear on, a sweatshirt on, a heated vest, a shirt over
Ooh.
that, and my big orange parka kind of thing. And I still get cold, but I tough it out.
How is that heating vest? I want to get like the heating
It
vest,
is
the heating
great.
jacket, the heating pants, the heating
It is
underwear, everything.
great. I don't know how I went without it, but I don't
Really?
turn it on right away because yesterday I put it on at 9 in the morning on high. By 11, it was done. Battery was drained dry.
Oh, can you bring one of those little battery packs?
Well, you just buy another battery for it and have 2 batteries and don't put it on high. Today I did it and I put it on low and it lasted about 5-6 hours. It was pretty good.
We may have to talk later. I may have to see which one you bought.
Oh, I got one from Costco. It was $39. John Badger got it for me.
Huh. Hi, John.
Yeah, it was cheap. But if you go and get the one from Milwaukee one, it's $179 and it's got a bigger battery, 12-volt battery, and it lasts longer.
I would just carry one of those great big batteries on my back and just like keep it going on high.
Like a car battery.
Right. That's what I pictured in my head. I was like, yeah, I'd put it on a backpack and be like hiking it everywhere, but I'd be warm. I'd be really warm.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then I got those heat packs too. I put them. I don't wear gloves. I got this muff. I put around my stomach there and I put my hands in there, so I have bare hands. So I pull out if I'm going to shoot. I've got bulky gloves on.
Right.
And I wear a face mask. Never did that before. And I got a camouflage face mask. And you know what? The deer are not seeing my face. It seems to work.
Really?
They're not seeing
Yes.
yeah, I've never done that. I tried it this year. And I'm like, God, those deer are right there. They're looking at me. They're not scared.
Very cool.
So
Randy,
it's something I learned this year.
there's actually a question down here.
Okay.
Paul asked, he said, ask you to what happened when he and Jim were at your house.
Well, I had them come to my house. They wanted to come to the house there. So yeah, they're good guys. So I let them. And I'll just make it short. Jim had heard stuff and had stuff thrown at him. And I had him go where Mike seen his Sasquatch, where John Badger had stuff happen to him, where Chris had something happen to him, and he got in his tent. And he was having acorns thrown at him. Well, Paul and me sat at the fire ring till about midnight. And here's what I always say. I don't go back to the house at midnight because I'm scared. When I have people there, I go because nothing will really happen to them if I'm there with them. It's when I'm not there.
Mm-hmm.
So I go, and I go back next morning and get them. They both had gifts. They both had Y sticks, perfect Y sticks, laying right by. It was right by Jim's tent and right where the couch is, where we put our feet, Jen. A perfect Y stick about that long, a perfect one laying right there. Well, there's nobody walked in the woods after I left and put Y sticks down. So they got gifted.
Nice.
That's what happened to those two.
Nice.
And then also there was tracks in the leaves, and I seen them too. Jim spotted them, and when I had come back from the house, it was in the afternoon, I spotted them too. They were like 6.5 to 7 feet apart, about that long of tracks. You could see them, impressions in the leaves.
Okay.
That they were impressions in the leaves. The leaves are pretty thick there. You definitely could see them really well because I followed them. Oh God, here's another one. Oh, here's another one. Here's another one. About 6.5 to 7 feet between each one. Long steps, but they were really pronounced.
Okay. That's interesting. Very cool.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Very cool. Well, I'm glad you had them out so they could experience your place.
Yeah, yep. And they're two good guys. They know what's what. And so, okay, I might as well tell. I know I've said it before, but since you haven't been on for a while and I haven't been, here's what one day I've said after I did my gifting, I said, "Can you guys tell me what's going on here? What are you guys? What is going on?" And I decided to walk through the woods instead of go out to the power line and walk back home. Just decided to walk through the woods. All of a sudden, I got stopped dead in my tracks. It overwhelmed me. It overwhelmed my whole body. They told me what they're not. They didn't tell me what they are. They told me what they're not. I still don't really know what they are, but I know what they're not. Here's what they said. We do not migrate south for the winter. We do not bury our dead on your earth. That's how they said, on your earth. We do not live in caves. We do not live in a swamp. We do not live deep in the woods. We go in caves. We go in the swamp. We go deep in the woods. We do not live on your earth as you know it. We come to your earth because we like to. We are interdimensional, metaphysical. Meaning when we're metaphysical, that's what they said. When we're metaphysical, yes, we leave tracks. We are flesh and blood. But we are more than that. We are interdimensional. And that makes total sense because they've been searching for Sasquatch for hundreds and hundreds of years and never really got nothing. Now I'm going to make a point here. Do not scientists every once in a while find unidentified species, some new kind of species like a new bug or a new worm or a new something?
Yes.
Is that not correct?
Yes, that is very correct.
Okay. They weren't looking for that species because they didn't know it existed, right? Correct?
Correct. Or someone,
Okay.
it was a rumor that something was
Okay.
existing.
People, including scientists, have been searching for Sasquatch for hundreds of years, maybe thousands of years, and never really got nothing because they never will. There'll never be evidence for the world as the world wants it because they're not some big ape animal hiding behind a tree. They're interdimensional and they come here. Now, the only way to get evidence is get individual evidence for yourself by not trying to get evidence like I'm doing. Stop the cameras. Another thing they told me, they do not hit trees. The knocking sound is not that. They have never done that. They don't hit trees. What the knocking sound is them popping into our dimension and popping back out. That's the knocking sound. It ain't popping their jaw or anything else like that. The only way that'd be wrong if they're lying to me. They're not lying to me. They told me what the X's mean. The X's are, like this here in the woods, are boundary markers, not for humans. We can go by them and whatever, walk underneath them, but you don't want to knock them down. They're for other things that we don't know about. Other weird stuff, say other weird stuff. They put X's by the steps of my house. Sometimes 4 X's, sometimes 2, sometimes 1, sometimes none. They're boundary markers for the weird stuff to keep away from us. That is what the X's are. They told me why my deer skulls are perfect. As you know, in February, January, whatever, big bucks will drop their antlers. And half the time you can never find them. You know why you can't find them? You girls know why?
Aren't
Are
they?
Not really.
Eaten?
Yeah, because porcupines, squirrels, mice, they chew on them because that's minerals for them and protein. They eat them up. That's why last year I didn't find a one, or sometimes you find a half one, it's all chewed up. That's my deer skulls are perfect. You know why? Because they were never laying on our earth. They were brought to me as a gift. That's why they're perfect. Some of the skulls, yeah, are getting bad because they've been in that trailer outside for 10 years. They're getting mold on them and moss on them and all that, but the antlers are perfect. Even to this day, they're not chewed on. I used to say, oh, that's because Sasquatch got their smell on them, not they'll touch it. That's not true. They told me why. So that's
Okay.
the thing that they've told me so far in the mind speak. They haven't told me any more than that as of right now. That's what I know.
Okay.
Okay. What else?
Actually, I've got a question. Maybe some other people, I don't know if everyone who's listening knows you, but when you say they're communicating with you, is that through mind speak?
Mind
And
It's through
okay.
mind speak, yeah.
Okay. So
But
you hear them speak English to you and you're like, okay, thank you.
yes,
Okay, cool.
but it ain't just like I'm sitting here and I get a thought, "Hey, I want to go snowmobiling in my mind." No, it overwhelms my whole body.
Yeah.
It just overwhelms me.
Mm-hmm.
It just
That's
like it stops me dead in my tracks. It stops me in a way. It just stops me. It's quite the experience to have.
mm-hmm.
I've never had it before until this stuff here. They haven't done it for a while. They haven't done it this year to me. I hate, like I always say, I hate giving opinions, but I think they're only letting me know what they feel I can handle or what I need to know as of right now. I think
Sure.
that's what it is.
Randy, when
Yep.
Jenna and I were there with Darby,
Yep.
did you ask the Sasquatch to do anything with us?
Yep.
What'd you ask him?
To scare the hell out of you, mess with you.
Okay.
Every time I have people come, I might as well say this here. I'll know a week ahead of time or 2 weeks before. Every day I'll go out there and I said, hey, I got some friends coming here. I want you guys to scare the hell out of them. Mess around with them, have some fun with them. But don't hurt them. They're good people. That's what I say. I say it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It works. It happens every time. Now, John Badger, when he was in his tent, he got scared too. It really got to him. He heard the Sasquatch come up to him and it pushed the top of tent down to his right face, about touch his face. That's what happened. It happened one time. Because I talked to him tonight or the day before I was going to talk on the show there to actually find out what happened.
Was that this summer?
Yep, that was this summer. That's when Mike was there and seeing the Sasquatch by the creek.
Okay. So where was John's tent?
He was where everybody has their experiences there, in the same spot where Mike's seen it when it put his hands up on the screen.
Okay.
That
Okay.
seems to be a really active spot.
Yes.
And then I heard you ask, why didn't Mike camp there? Because I don't want everybody to always be there. If somebody's been there once, had experience, then I want them to go somewhere else.
Okay.
He can't have that every time, so I switch it around. That's what I'm doing there.
There you go. There you go.
Now let's
I
talk
didn't
about
know-
the camp. What? Go ahead.
I
Sorry.
didn't know if it was his choice to not be at that spot. Like
No.
had enough of that. No, that's
It
why.
was my choice, and I'm the one that said go back in that far there. I think he kind of hesitated, not really want to go that far away, but look what happened. He's seen another Sasquatch in the river there. Well, that's the creek. That's not the Cormant River. That's a spring creek there. And you don't sneak up on a Sasquatch. They know you're there.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody sneaks up on one. It knew Mike was there, and it was messing with him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it was doing in the creek with the water, but it was messing with him. That's what it was doing. No.
Next time we come, Randy, you can tell the Sasquatch that Jen and I would love some one-on-one experiences, face-to-face, 5 feet. That'd be great.
In a
That
safe.
might be too good. I still might tell him to scare the heck out of you.
Okay, but 5 feet so we can see it. We can see everything.
Well,
Yeah.
I still think.
What do you mean by everything? Now you're getting, oh, geez.
What? Pervert.
Whoa, yeah.
See, you're a pervert. Oh, girls, no, that's not what I meant. I just meant like everything, like the face.
She wants to see details of their face really clearly.
Yeah, I knew what you meant.
do. Thank you. But yeah, sorry, things like that accidentally come out a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the camera thing.
Well,
I'll try
just
to,
one second.
I'll try to get in depth of this here. I'll go. What?
Second, Randy. I just wanted to say that when we were there and there was that altercation outside of our tent that night,
Yep.
I fully believe this is what I think happened. I think a bear came sniffing around our tent and Bigfoot was there watching and was like, no, because Jena hadn't. I have two zippers to go in and out of the tent. So there was one by Jena's side by her cot, and there was one over by my cot. And the one over by her cot has the zipper that goes all the way down, and then there's two zippers that open up the whole end of that. And oftentimes we don't zipper the bottom because it has like a Velcro a little bit. And she hadn't zippered the bottom. And I just kind of get this feeling like the bear came up and started to put its nose to the tent, and the Bigfoot was like, no. And because it really had I was listening to it's getting its butt kicked, and it was screaming all the way down the trail that goes to the power line corridor. So, and you could hear it was still getting hurt on the way down there. So whatever it was kicking its butt all the way out. And then there was no food taken outside of the tent or even the next trail over where you had left our strawberries and bananas out on the bench. So if it had been another bear, one of them would have come back to eat that food.
Yes, it would have. Yes, it would have.
So I really think that's what happened. And, kind of felt good that I felt like we were getting protected there. But at the same time, I was scared after that happened because it was just, I literally could feel the thumping on the ground of the bodies of the wrestling.
Well, there's something you don't know.
Yeah.
Where you guys came there, I always carry a pistol with me, and they know that I do, and it's not for them. I don't carry no bear spray. It's not that I'm going to shoot a bear, but I've seen too many bear and cubs, and I don't want to get between a mother bear and a cubs, and I surprise them. That could be a disaster for me.
Right.
I can't protect myself with my hands or even bear spray if I get between them. That ain't going to do no good. Mm-hmm. And not that I'll shoot the mother bear. I'll shoot it in the air first, but I'm going to protect myself. And it's better to have the pistol with me and not need it than not have it and need the thing. Mm-hmm. But here's what I said this year before you come there. I said, hey, you guys, can you protect me from the bear and this stuff here? Because I don't want to shoot at the mother bear. I can't protect myself like you guys can. And will you do that? Now, there's 3 things that have happened so far. 4 things, including your deal. There's been 3 times I've come across massive piles of bear crap that big, full of berries, right by my peanut butter area. And the food is not taken. Peanut butter still get there, the candy bars are there, and the apples are there, not taken. Something chased that bear out of there. So there you go. And then you had that episode. Mm-hmm. So they see that. I'm pretty sure they listen to me and are doing that. Because otherwise, why isn't the food not taken? When the bear's been right there and not taken. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it is bear. I know bear stuff. I've been hunting too long. It's got berries in it and stuff. It's bear crap. I know what it is. Hey, I only got 10 minutes on my phone. I got it charging up here, but I don't see me working. It should be, how much? It should be good, huh? Do you think?
Actually, it's 9 o'clock. So, we can go as long as you can speak, I think.
Okay. I want to talk about the camera thing.
Yes, we want to hear about that.
I heard comments about it last night. Okay. A long time ago, Doug Hychek from the History Channel said, Randy, can you put a camera out there and ask them if we can get a picture? And I was supposed to say, hey, can we get a picture, you guys? But it won't be shared. It'll just be for me and Doug. Nobody will share it. But then I said, if you don't ever want cameras here ever again on this property, you got to give me some kind of sign, something that I can see you don't want cameras here. I go back the next day. There's white fingerprints on my camera. It's twisted, and there's a 15-foot Y stick on my camera. It was no storm, no nothing like that there. So I took that as they don't want camera. I said, give me something that I can see. Well, I could see that. So I stopped doing cameras. My interaction ramped up. It got even more. So then I still did cameras in the state land, but I stopped doing that. My interaction ramped up more. Then I finally realized, you know what? I'm not going to try to get evidence for you guys or from you guys at all. I'm just going to try to learn from you, interact with you, and interact with me, and you can trust me. I will not do that, and I will not let anybody do that here. That's when I started getting into the mind speaks and all that. Then it really ramped up. Okay, without being too rude, here's what I say about the cameras. I am not trying to get evidence off Sasquatch, and that is why I'm getting so much. And my place is for the experience, not the evidence. And I let people come here because we get to be friends and I can trust them. And it's a privilege for me to let somebody come here because I don't need anybody to come here and validate me at all. I can do the validating myself. And that's where it comes. If somebody thinks they got to get evidence, well, then go somewhere else and get it. And if I find out that somebody's trying to do that behind my back, I'll tell them to leave right in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
And the only people that I'm going to let come here are knowers that know what's going on and what it is. You can't just say, oh, Randy, I respect you. I won't do that. But in their mind, they still want to get evidence. I don't even want those kind of people coming here. It's got to be knowers. And then that's the bottom line of the situation. Because I don't want to take a chance of ruining what I got. And if I'm not doing pictures of cameras, why should somebody else?
Right.
That's
Right.
where I'm at on it. And the reason I'm that way, because they asked me not to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I got 8 cameras myself and drone and thermals and all that stuff. I'm not even using them. Would I like to put my cameras out there even for the deer hunting? Yeah, I would, but I'm not going to.
Mm-hmm.
And there will never be evidence for the world as the world wants. When Sasquatch is ready, there'll be evidence for the world.
So I've got a question then for you, Randy.
Yep.
What do you think about the hairs, the Bigfoot hairs that they're finding and they're actually using as evidence that Bigfoot does exist?
I don't have no thought on it.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just thinking about you. You know how you were saying there's no evidence out there. I'm just curious if that,
I'm
what
talking
that.
about evidence where they show themselves and walk around and people see them
Oh,
as a
okay.
normal thing. Now, I'm not talking about circumstantial evidence like a hair, they DNA'd and it's got this or that. I don't mean that kind of evidence.
Oh,
Or I
okay.
don't mean track evidence. I don't mean that. I mean real evidence like, hey, I just seen some deer. That's real evidence. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I know that we enjoy coming out there and having our own experiences because there's nothing that can beat that.
Yes.
Right. And you two are welcome to come here because you know what's what.
Oh, thank you.
And
Yeah.
I always tell people who are like, well, where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? And I'm like, even if we brought you evidence, it would be suspect because of all the AI bullshit now.
Oh,
Right.
I know. I know it.
So
Where's the
even-
evidence of angels? People believe in angels. Where's the evidence of that?
Right. And so I
People
tell
believe
people,
in that. Can I say one thing?
yeah.
But I'll have to pick one of you two. I don't mean it towards you. Jena, tell me something you did yesterday. Tell me anything you did yesterday. Doesn't matter what it is.
Cleaned my house.
Oh, wait, no. How do I know that? I didn't see you do it. How do I know you're not lying to me?
I took pictures the entire
My
time.
point
No, I'm kidding.
is, here's my point. Just because somebody hasn't experienced what I've experienced or seen what I've seen doesn't mean that I'm lying.
Right. You
That's
are
my
correct.
point, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
We all have our own perspectives because of what we've seen and what we've heard and what we've experienced.
Right, but I've seen and heard way more, and they've told me what they're not. And it took me a long time to get to this point. And I'm still gifting them, and they still come to the house and move things around and have fun. But I want them to. I'm inviting them to come to the house all the time. Now they did something tonight that was really sickening to me.
Oh,
Oh, and to the neighbor guy, when I got done charging this morning at 2:30 this morning, my heat packs and all that stuff, I wrapped my charger, and I got a really long cord I use for my iPhone on the table. Tanner's seen it here too. I get home tonight about 5:30. I said, Terry, where's my charger at? She says, I don't know. Well, I said, you must know, you put it somewhere. I wasn't mad, but I kind of got short. And Tanner said, yeah, it's on the table there. I watched him do it. My charger is gone. My charger's gone. It's nowhere in the house.
That's nuts.
The neighbor over there, they've got experiences too. Hitting their trailer house. The hunter that bought the land from my dad. Well, now the guy's hat is gone tonight.
Weird. See, Randy, what is your ultimate goal? Like, I know you're doing it for the experience, but what is your ultimate goal in everything you're doing? Like, what do you want to
What
come
do I
out
want?
of it? Yeah.
Okay, before I tell you what I want, even my wife, even Terry says, how long are you going to keep doing that? She gets kind of angry with me. I go out there every day. It doesn't matter if it's 40 below out, raining hard, except during deer hunting. That's my only exception. Or if I'm gone. My ultimate goal is to have a one-on-one with one of them and sit down together and learn about everything they'll let me tell me in
Yes.
the flesh and blood state. That's
Yes.
my ultimate goal. I'm slowly getting there, but I ain't there yet.
I think
And
that
that's
would
why
be
I don't want somebody coming here with a different attitude. I don't want them to ruin the chance of me getting that.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's taken a long time for them to start trusting me. And it's probably not fully yet.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe if I would stop carrying my pistol, maybe I would get more advanced. But I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable. Oh, I got something else to tell you.
Oh.
Something else happened to me.
All right. Tell.
Last week before deer hunting, I wanted to see how long does it take me to leave from here to get to my new deer stand. I made a new deer stand a little bit farther back. Then the deer stand me and John Badger sat in and seen the portal and all that farther back in. So I strapped my gun on me like my pistol. I never go without it. Never do I. And when I'm walking, I can feel it on my hip even that day. God, I got kind of it twitched a little bit, it gets my hip sore. I got to move it over, And so I drive the four-wheeler to the fire ring. I get off there. I walk because that's how I got to do it when hunting. I put my stopwatch on when I left the house to see how long it takes me to get to that deer stand so I can judge the time I got to leave because it's farther in. So I do all that there, and as I'm walking, I got to move my gun because it's hurt my hip a little bit. Then I got to move it when I go through the barbed wire fence so I don't get stuck. And I get to that deer stand, and it took me 21 minutes from the time I left the house. And I walk fast, as you know.
Oh,
I do
yeah.
my normal pace.
Yes.
So
He's
I'm
like,
sitting there,
he's so
sitting in
fast.
my new deer stand, and it's the one I made out of the woods. Made a platform, you know how I do it, and put some camouflage burlap around it. And I'm sitting there. Then I decided I'm going to walk down by the river and see when a buck comes into the rutting, they'll scrape the ground. Big old scrape, get all the leaves out there, and they'll take their orbital glands in their eyes and rub some branches. Always got to be branches overhead. And they leave in their scent, their calling card that, hey, here I am, for a doe to come there and pee in it so the buck can find the doe. So I'm doing that. I'm going to walk along the river, and I start walking along the river, going deeper in the woods, and all of a sudden I get a really awful feeling. And I don't know why, but I do in my whole stomach. So I reach down for my gun just to make sure it's there, and it's not there. What the heck? And I think, oh my God, I never go without my gun. Why did I do that? That's what my mind's saying. So I'm not going no farther. So I turn around, I get back, I get to where that big bridge is that we can cross. I get up, start going up the hill, where Jenny, you walk that hill before it gets you out, get all of us out of breath. And I get to the top of the hill, and I, oh my, damn, my gun's there. What the heck? My gun is there. I did bring it with me. So I thought, I'm not turning around and go back. It's too far of a walk. My gun always was there. I never misplaced my gun. It was there. Whatever did it to me made me in my mind feel that my gun wasn't there. Because remember I told you I got a weird feeling? I reached and my gun wasn't there. It was not there. And I get away from where I was quite a ways away, and my gun's there. It was always there. They did something to my mind, make me think it wasn't there.
And
That's happened to us before.
I know they can do that because I've had
They can do that. Well,
experiences.
look what they did to me, Mike and John Badger and Tanner. They made us think if teepee was a ways away from the original teepee, and that teepee was never there. And there's tracks in the snow, us going north. And look, when we get home, I look at my pictures. Oh my God, that's the same. That's that original teepee. We're there. We're not at no new teepee. I go back the next day. Our tracks go north. They never circled around. You know, we left and they circled around. We ended up back there. They went north. They never circled around. They did that to us. All
And there was a
four of
group.
us.
Yeah, there was a group. So it's
There's
not
a
just
group
one
of us.
person. There's not two.
Mike-
There's 4.
Mike was inside the teepee. We're all excited about it. So
That's
yeah, they can do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Doug
Well,
Hychek has called my place Skinwalker Ranch of the North.
Nice.
Yeah,
What a name. Doug, you picked right.
yeah. No, everybody says there's more than Sasquatch here. There's other things going on at this place. And,
Mhm.
yeah, we've experienced things out there, or at least I have.
Yes.
and
that
I've seen that
other
ferry
things.
too.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about that. That's when I put you in that deer stand, the green one. And I'm sitting in that other one. And I keep seeing 2 like eyes in the woods, white, here and there, moving around. And then I'm sitting there and I get a massive headache. And it's about 9:30 or so. And I can't take the headache no more. It's almost making me sick feeling. So I get down and I come get you, Jenna. Remember that? We walk to the house. I get my 3 Excedrin migraine, what seems to work for me. We go around. We go to Jen. I ask her, I think this is how I remember it. Anything happened? You said, yeah, something that flew by my head 9 times. That's what you said. Remember that?
I remember the thing flying by my head, and
You said 9 times.
Literally, it sounded like a giant hummingbird, like zzz,
Yeah.
and but it was bigger than a hummingbird, and then I felt like it was pulling my consciousness into like a vision state, is what it felt like.
Yeah. Okay. And I just remember what you told me. Okay. So nothing happens. You guys go. The next day I go do my gifting thing. I'm down by my dice and my hands and knees. I hear something fly getting close to my head. I look up and I see the legs down. I see the feet down, the legs, the arms and the fingers like this here, and the head. It looked like the size of, if you watched the movie Peter Pan. I seen one of those fairy things. So I get home, I call Jen. Jen, you believe in fairies? She says, well, yes. You said that's what was flying by my head. And then you said to me, did you see one? And I did a white lie. No, I didn't. Because I didn't want her to think, well, just because she said that, I said it. So then I look up fairies and all that. And what I seen was what I seen in the book. So I called her back. I said, I did a little white lie to you. I did see one of those fairies. Flew right by my head.
You believe in Bigfoot, but fairies were just too much for you at the time.
Yeah, what the hell?
Is that right?
And I looked up and said, what do they do? Well, they like to move trinkets and things around. Maybe that's what's been moving my stuff around.
And if you remember, I had
don't
said
know.
that I thought that's what was going. That could be partially the little people.
Or the little people, yeah.
Your gifting area, moving things around and making that playful stuff with you.
Yeah, it could be, yeah. Because I've never seen what moves my stuff around.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I can say is was it last year Russ was with me and he asked me, can I wear my little recorder right here? And I said, yeah, I don't care. And so we get to my gifting area and my stuff has been moved around. And I say this, Russ, I don't know what's moving my gift stuff around, but I'm assuming it's Sasquatch because that's all I ever seen. I don't say no more. He says, yeah, I don't know. We don't say no more. Then we walk around like I do. We get back, he's listening to the recorder. He hears me say, I don't know what's moving my stuff around, but I'm assuming it's Sasquatch because that's all I ever seen. And a dark, deep voice that goes, my daughter. He's got it on recorded and it says my daughter.
Wow.
Our ears didn't hear it. Only the recorder did.
Very cool. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Doug, send it to us.
It's not Doug, it was Russ, right?
Russ.
Yeah,
send
Russ.
it to us. Russ.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I can't wait
There's
to
a
come
lot of
back
stuff
out.
going on here.
I can't wait to come back out, except it's too cold right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when we couldn't walk around the woods, we'd all have to, I still got my orange shirt on, wear orange.
Is there snow right now?
Yep. We got snow on the ground.
I don't have
Ugh.
snow here.
Oh, you don't? Yeah, it's not a lot, but all the ground is white.
Oh,
Actually, that's good for the deer hunt.
yeah. I suppose. Yeah, big time.
But I got to tell you something. Since the Sasquatch ordeal with me, it never bothered me to shoot something. I don't have that feeling anymore. I feel like I don't want to. I've changed. And that's
Yeah.
not how I was, but that's how I am now.
But you're still hunting. You got to get that meat. Hey, you know what? That meat is healthy, and that's important.
Well, yeah, it is, but I'm letting all the deer go by, except that big one there, but I hesitated on it. I seen it when I grunted it back, it came back. I could see the horns and all that. I seen a white spot right here where its throat was. I had my gun on it, my scope on it, and I didn't pull the trigger.
Oh, your heart is full now, Randy. You can't pull the trigger.
We had north of, somebody said about flurries. Well, our ground is white right now. South of Canada. Is that what that question was about the snow?
He's in Ohio where they just had flurries.
Oh, that's what it is.
Mike Nation says, that's so true. I've changed for the better. Bigfoot changed my life 100%. That is really cool. I think Bigfoot's changed a lot of people's lives.
Yeah.
So, Randy, did I ever tell you my great uncle? He was Native. I went and talked to him before he passed away, and I was asking him about how they lived before electricity and things like that. Mm-hmm. And he told me, because I said, well, did you ever go without because you couldn't refrigerate things? And he said, no, they didn't really ever go without. He said the Mother Earth always provides for us. And they would share the deer with the neighbors so that it wouldn't go bad before they would, before they could use it all. Mm-hmm. Anyway, he taught me how to pray through the Great Spirit, which connects us all, and to reach out to anything here that you can. Basically, the Great Wi-Fi, the Great Spirit is the Great Wi-Fi that connects us all. Mm-hmm. And you can connect with anything, anywhere. And they would ask for one of the deer that was reaching the end of its natural life cycle, if he wanted to give himself to the family for food, that they would be very grateful and give many prayers for a safe return back to the mother. And they would use all of them if they could. And the deer would just come. And when I was married, I did that. My husband didn't know he was going to go deer hunting, and I put out a tobacco offering and did a prayer through the Great Spirit, asking to connect to any deer in my husband in where my husband was going, which was my uncle's deer camp in northern Minnesota. And I asked for a deer that was reaching the end of its natural life cycle, if he'd like to give himself to our family for food, to please do so, and we would be very grateful and make many prayers and use as much of them as we could. And the next morning, he's out there before the sun comes up in his deer stand, and he hears something approach the deer stand, and he can't see. He's squinting. It's so dark he can't see out there, and he's waiting for the sun to start peaking, and he finally is able to see something. And there underneath the deer stand, looking up at him, is this big buck. Just looking at him, and he raises his gun up to shoot it, but then he felt weird about shooting it when it's looking at him, so he tried to spook it so it would run away, and he couldn't spook it. He said it was like it was standing there waiting for me to shoot it.
Oh.
And I never told him what I did. He would have been mad because he didn't, believe in all that stuff. He would have thought that was witchery or something. But he was like, it literally stood there looking at him like it was waiting, and he couldn't spook it to run away. And I was just like, wow, my great uncle was right. You can call to them. And then maybe you wouldn't feel so bad about harvesting a deer if it was offering itself to you.
No, I wouldn't at all.
Okay.
No.
And so when I did my calling out to the deer, to bring itself to my husband, if it wanted to give itself to our family for food, I said, P.S. if you have a big rack, that would be great, because he wanted to get one with the big rack.
Was it a big rack?
It was. Yeah, it was big.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was definitely an older deer that was reaching the end of his natural life cycle. So I think they prefer to give themselves to us rather than just, be wasteful.
Randy's like, Jen, so can you put that request out for me? He's going to be asking for requests now every year.
Put it out for me tomorrow, a big one. Because, Samantha wants a deer. So Terry bought a license so she can get herself a deer. She wants the meat.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah. No, I like venison. Tanner does, but Terry really doesn't too. So that's kind of stopping me. I don't want to shoot a deer just to shoot it.
Right. No.
Oh, I
But
don't know.
your
It's fun
food-
to watch them, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For food, it's part of the natural
But
life
this
cycle.
morning,
Uh-oh. Did
He
Randy
paused. Oh, his phone. Look at the way he paused. This you couldn't have
Right
asked
there
for it
with
to
you,
be any
Randy,
better.
right there with you.
I'll tell
I
you
think
one thing. I think we should
We
just
love
leave it
Randy.
on for a minute.
yeah, let's see what happened.
Randy, I love that you've been with us tonight. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you. Here we've got Mike in there saying, hey, Randy. Can you read that, Jenna?
Yeah. Hey, Randy, could you ask your Bigfoot friends if their energy hurts our body being around us? Because I know they have energy. I can feel it when I'm around them. But does it do anything to our bodies?
Interesting. Like, does it hurt our bodies? Is that what you mean?
Kind of. I think that's what he means. Like, is it bad for us? We'll have to ask him next time.
We will. Randy's phone ran out of charge, everybody, but he was with us till the end, and we love that.
But that's a really good question. It's a really, really good question, Mike. And I think we should ask it next time that we have him on.
Yeah, for sure. But anyway, I wanted to thank everybody for coming on and being with us here tonight. And they've been asking in the chat room when we're going to have our next show, what night of the week. And right now we're just kind of playing it by ear. Jenna's got some stuff going on that we can't do a show during the week this week, but we're going to be looking at some dates in the near future. So yeah, sounds good. Everybody, thank you for coming. Jenna, do you have any final thoughts to share?
My final thought is I hope you have an amazing evening, great dreams, and a lot of rest. That's what I want to share. So bye. Love you guys.
We love you guys. Thanks for coming in. And I should do some outgoing music, right? We should dance out. Will you dance with us?
Dance with us. Dance. Dance. Dance with us.
Like I have maracas or something. It's the Texas in me.
I like this music. It has somewhat of a beat.
It's called dance pop.
Dance pop. I hope you guys are dancing. How long are we going to be dancing?
I don't know. Is anybody talking? Dancing?
I think my hair needs to dump.
All right.
Goodbye, everybody.
Darla's dancing. Darla's dancing with us.
Oh, yay. Go, Darla. That's why we love you, because you love to dance. Oh, yeah.
All right. Good night, everyone. We love ya.